Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
As Candace just mentioned, the snow is still flying. Police respond to a number of crashes due to slippery roads. We'll have a live report on current conditions.
A man wanted for a deadly Rockford crash is in police custody. The head-on collision killed a woman last month.
Plus, Freeport Police unveil a new space to interview crime victims. The room's designed to make people feel safe during a traumatic time. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
Well, it's feeling more like February today as sleet and snow made a return to the state line.
Let's go right back over to Candace in the Weather Center. Candace, when will we get a break?
Yeah, we saw some of the snow kind of lighten up over the last hour, but that band of heavier snow moving in from the northwest and west will continue to kind of uptick as far as that heavier snow coming down. Visibility will be falling as a result. We take a look across the region here from north to south, and you start to see some of that snow picking up a little more in some areas. And those roads, they will continue to remain slick and snow covered, especially on the untreated roads, some secondary roads too. There was quite a bit of slush out there in some spots as well from that heavier and wet snow that came down. But as I mentioned at the top of the newscast, with our temperatures falling now in the mid-20s in some spots, the next wave of snow coming in is actually going to be a little more light. So with that gusty northerly wind, it will blow around really in those open areas. We've had quite a few reports in open areas of the snow blowing just from earlier today. We actually had some drier air come in. This is known as a dry slot, which may allow for some freezing drizzle south and east of Rockford here for the next hour, but that is going to be quickly replaced with that snow coming in, that heavier snow band. And from that, I do think we could see another inch or two here through this evening. This will last through about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, so still those hazardous road conditions through this evening, blowing and drifting snow. The snow will come to an end by about 9-10 o'clock, but still our gusty winds will continue, so there is still going to be some blowing and drifting, especially on those east-west roads, some north-south roads as well, and those slick conditions, they will continue into tomorrow, even though our snow will be wrapping up. Temperatures, guys, will drop down into the teens tomorrow morning, single-digit wind chills. It'll be a colder day, but we see a return of sunshine. More on that, and another system coming in for next week. I'll have that in the full forecast a little later.
Thanks, Candace. We'll see you then. Most of the communities in our area are under a snow emergency. Rockford's officially started just a few minutes ago at 5. That means the odd-even parking ordinance is in place. Today is February 16th. That means you'll want to park on the even side of the road. The ordinance gives plow drivers the space they need to clear city streets. If you don't follow the rules, it could land you a ticket. And as always, you can find a complete list of snow emergencies and closures online. Just go to our website, mystateline.com. The snow clearly created some challenging driving conditions. We've gotten several reports of cars slipping, sliding, ending up in ditches.
Our Nicole Delgado is out on the road. She joins us now live. Nicole, where are you and how are things looking there?
Yeah, Eric and Mimi, I'm over here on the corner of Park Avenue and Horseman Street. In the last couple of hours, we've seen less and less people on the roads. Plow truck drivers are out plowing and salting. We've also seen lots of residents out plowing and shoveling their own driveways and sidewalks. And when I drove into work today, the roads were pretty minimal with minimal snow. As we were driving this afternoon, we've seen the roads a lot more slushier and wind making visibility a lot more difficult. And of course, we've gotten many crashes all around the state line. Luckily, most of them were minor. And of course, if you have to be out here driving in these kinds of conditions, make sure that you are driving slow and keeping that safe distance between the cars. Reporting live in Rockford for your home team, I'm Nicole Delgado.
Thanks, Nicole. The man accused of causing a fatal January crash has been caught. Police arrested 32-year-old Joseph Koenig today. He's charged with 6 counts of aggravated DUI involving death and 1 for driving under the influence of drugs. January 6th, Rockford police were called to a crash at Springfield Avenue and Safford Road. Investigators say Koenig crossed the center line and crashed into a car driven by 24-year-old Melissa Ashby. She died at the hospital. Koenig is in the Winnebago County Jail.
The family of a man killed last week in a shooting has started a GoFundMe. The money will go to help Miguel Perez's family meet expenses. So far, almost $18,000 has been raised. Perez had been off work almost a year with a back injury and did not have life insurance. Last Saturday, police say the 54-year-old was waiting in his car while his family went door to door. A white vehicle passed and someone shot at Perez's car, killing him. The suspect is a 15-year-old boy. He has not been caught. If you have any information on the shooting, call Rockford Police or Rockford Area Crime Stoppers.
Governor Pritzker touts his Smart Start Illinois plan while visiting an early child care center in Springfield. The budget allocates $250 million for early childhood education. The governor says the initiative will provide every child in the state with access to a preschool program, and it aims to accomplish other goals over multiple years. Smart Start Illinois focuses on more money for child care providers to help them provide workers with better pay. It also intends to invest in more early childhood facilities and expand ones already in place. The coordinator for a facility in Springfield says this extra money will bring more students into classrooms.
We often have a wait list for classroom placements, but with the governor's planned expansion for both enrollment and facilities, there will be an opportunity for more children to have a preschool experience before entering kindergarten.
The proposed budget includes $100 million to help providers expand their facilities. There's also $12 million for scholarships and apprenticeship programs to bring more workers into the child care field. The Freeport Police Department shows off its newly remodeled interview room.
The upgrades make it more comfortable interviewing domestic and sexual violence victims. The police department was a recipient of Project Beloved, the Molly Jane mission. The nonprofit provides law enforcement agencies with interior design and decor to create soft interview environments. After 9 months of being on a waiting list, Freeport was able to start with those upgrades earlier this month. That included pulling off carpet and wallpaper, repainting the walls, and setting up furniture. A social services professional says the soft interview space is a big win for the city.
Because this isn't anything that Freeport's had before, especially in this department. We've never had a trauma-informed place for our survivors to speak.
The department's plan is to create another room in the future. President Biden speaks for the first time about the recent string of unidentified objects.
Coming up, he continues to get criticism from both sides of the aisle about how he's handled the situation.
And that heavier snow band continues to move in from the west here this evening. Already visibility falling as we take a look with our SkyTrack camera out in Freeport. How long that is expected to stick around, coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
President Joe Biden just announced the U.S. is developing sharper rules to track, monitor, and potentially shoot down unidentified objects.
The president's first major public remarks on the topic follow weeks of high-stakes drama sparked by the discovery of a Chinese spy balloon. Jesse Tenor has more from Washington.
I gave the order to take down these 3 objects.
The commander-in-chief gave his first explanation to the American people Thursday about why the U.S. military recently shot down 3 unidentified objects.
We acted out of an abundance of caution.
President Joe Biden said the objects had the potential to disrupt civilian air travel and monitor sensitive facilities like military bases. But as crews continue to work to find what's left of the objects, President Biden said they were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation entities, or research facilities.
Nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country.
The president's remarks follow weeks of criticism from both parties that he didn't act fast enough to shoot down the Chinese spy balloon.
The Chinese Communist Party would have never allowed an American spy satellite to float across China.
Americans are worried, they're concerned, they're interested.
Arkansas Republican Tom Cotton wants harsher punishments against China, like banning TikTok in the U.S., along with certain investments and diplomats.
We have to reestablish fear in Beijing that America will stand up for our core national security interests.
And Virginia Democrat Mark Warner wants to improve the process around notifying and monitoring unidentified objects.
To improve not only our kind of surveillance, but also have better rules of the road.
That was Jesse Tenor reporting. Well, like Candace mentioned earlier, the state lines had a wintry mix today.
When we come back, she shows us the most recent snow totals and what to expect for the rest of the night. That's next.
Now, Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it is starting to pick back up the snow that is, especially west of Rockford. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera out in Freeport. This brought to us by Rockford Career College. You can see the snow really coming down as the wind has also picked up here from the north and northwest, sustained 10 to 20, even 25 miles per hour. We go a little further to the south. There are some concerns with visibility as that is low, but that kind of next wave of snow has not made it that far to the east and south just yet, but it will. Give it time here within the next hour to hour and a half. May actually be a little more freezing drizzle down to the south as some drier air kind of works in ahead of that band. We go up to the north with our SkyTrack camera up in downtown Beloit here in Wisconsin, and you still have the snow flying. Of course, traffic going slow as those snow-covered roads will continue. That band of snow that is going to drop visibility down. Notice we're down to a half a mile here in Galena. The airport in Freeport reporting 5-mile visibility, but I think that number is going to drop to here in Rockford, 1.5 miles in Rochelle, and just under 1.5 miles right now up in Janesville. So far, our snow totals have added up really between about 2 to 5 inches of snowfall, a little more to the north and west, which was to be expected, a little less to the south, as there was a bit more of a sleet and kind of some freezing drizzle mixing in. Actually, there was a period across parts of DeKalb County that had some pretty decent sleet come down for a time. We've got that drier air now beginning to shift to the east of I-39. That is going to be replaced here with that heavier band of snow as this is moving in. This is what is known as a deformation band of snowfall, and under those you can really get an intense rate of snow come down, and I think we're going to see maybe another inch to even 3 inches of snowfall as that band passes through. Now, the difference between this and what we had come through this morning are temperatures. Our temperatures right now are in the 20s, mid and upper 20s, so the snow might not have as much weight or kind of slop to it as what the earlier stuff did when our temperatures were closer to freezing, low 30s earlier this morning. So this will do a couple of things. Temperatures now in the 20s, that snow comes down. Anything that's been plowed or melted away, it's going to stick more than likely on some of those snow-covered roads, and it could also blow around just a bit here as we go through this evening. So let's time this out. We continue with the northerly wind. We should start to see the back edge of that kind of work to the east of us after about 9 or 10 o'clock here this evening. We keep that cloud cover around. Temperatures are going to drop into the teens for the start of our Friday. Wind chills will be down in the single digits. We'll see more sunshine for the afternoon before that wind turns to the southwest. We get an increase in cloud cover Saturday night into Sunday. Small chance that there may be a little bit of a mix there as we look towards our Saturday night, Sunday time frame. It would be minimal if we see that at all. Winds are going to continue to gust in 30 miles per hour. Early on, we'll see those winds kind of die down a bit, 20, 25 mile per hour range, but from the north and northeast, the issues are going to be with the blowing and drifting snow in the open areas. So a heads up with that, and the blowing and drifting may continue here as we go into the morning tomorrow. So those slick conditions, guys, are something that are expected, even though that snow will be coming to an end. We'll look at that 7-day forecast. Well, here, we'll look at it right now briefly. 24 for tomorrow, 37 on Saturday, and then we stay in the 30s going into next week.
Thank you, Candace.
Scott's in next with sports. One of the Cubs' key offseason additions is ready to make good on the big contract the organization's giving him.
And does Jimmy Johnson still have what it takes to be a contender at the Daytona 500?
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Cubs fans are all anxious to see Dansby Swanson in action this coming season. He's a legitimate all-star. All he did last season for the Braves was hit 25 home runs, drive in 96 runs, and win a Gold Glove at shortstop. And he is not a one-year wonder. 2 years ago, he hit 27 home runs and drove in 88 runs. That's why the Cubs were willing to shell out $177 million this winter to sign him.
My expectation is always to win. I mean, that's as simple as can be. I'm not a huge putting goals on certain things, especially when it comes to a team, because I don't think you should ever put a goal on something that would sell yourself short. So I think that everybody in here, the goal is to win. The goal is to win at the highest level, and we're going to take every step possible to make that happen.
In other Cubs news, David Ross says Kyle Hendricks won't be ready for the start of the season. He's coming off a shoulder injury. And the Cubs might go with a closer by committee in the bullpen this year. In Glendale at Sox camp, Pedro Grofol says pitcher Michael Kopech doesn't have any lingering knee issues from last season. And relief pitcher Garrett Crochet is doing well in his recovery from Tommy John surgery. He could be ready for action in mid-May. Meanwhile, Grifol says the Sox will try to live up to the lofty expectations that have hovered over this team the last couple seasons.
We're expected to do some things, and I get that. We're not going to shy away from expectations. They are what they are. They're here. I'm not going to hide them. You know, so we didn't perform to our standards last year, and changes were made. And I'm not going to sit here and hide from expectations, and they're not going to hide either. They know what we got to do.
Well, Michigan State officials say their athletic teams will begin competing again this weekend. That includes the men's basketball game at Michigan. They say athletics can be a rallying point for students and staff following the trauma of the on-campus shootings on Monday. Well, there are plenty of storylines heading into the Daytona 500 Sunday. One of the biggest is the return of 7-time Cup champion Jimmy Johnson. He retired 3 years ago from NASCAR racing, but he's back on a limited basis this season as a driver-owner for Petty GMS. He qualified 12th yesterday, and he says the pressure was similar to when he was a rookie.
It is a huge relief. I came down here for my rookie season when the 48 team was just started up, and we had to get in through qualifying, and that was a very stressful moment. So I've kind of fallen back on that experience, although it was 20-something years ago now.
That's sports. We'll be right back.
Band of snow moving in from the west here this evening. We'll see another 1 to possibly 3 inches of snow come down within that band, and visibility will drop quite a bit. Winds are also going to blow that around, so blowing and drifting snow will continue here as we go through this evening, especially in the open areas. So take caution if you do have to go out here tonight. We will see the snow come to an end late this evening, but still some blowing snow possible through early tomorrow. 30s for the weekend.
All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.